Hello everyone. Welcome to the International Admission Information Session provided to you by Peking University. I'm Professor Guo Li from Law School. PKU Law School is the first modern law school in China. For more than 1 century, we have played a significant role in legal education and the rule of law of this nation. Allow difference and respecting diversity is the incomparable strength of us. We have continuously brought together exceptionally talented people despite their backgrounds and perspective. Their devotion contributes to a supportive and dynamic community. We own a vast and strong faculty unmatched anywhere in China. We have the best professors. They are those who impart generously, listen respectively, and devote fully heartedly. They are also the great contributor in implementing the rule of law, marching steadily towards the highest idea of justice. PKU Law School offers you the best platform to facilitate law learning. We have more than 100 specialized courses and seminars. In addition, we have tailored our all-English LL.M program in Chinese law for international students. All the courses and programs present you the panorama of Chinese law and legal culture. We are also a world-class prestigious law school attracting the attentions of the world's most outstanding faculty and students. Our concerted effort has captivated a number of eminent graduates, from prominent figures in public service to cornerstone scholars in every field. Our joint commitment has accelerated the development of our school. We have diligently come up with insightful ideas to figure out the common challenges in the rule of law and the globalization.
"45 years ago, I was a peasant, a so-called intellectual youth, when Mr. Deng Xiaoping decided to renew the National College entrance exam in 1977. I participated in the exam and passed it. I decided to study law as my first choice at that time. Since March 1978 until now, I have been studying and teaching law and at the same time getting involved in China's judicial reforms as a legal scholar. I have been witnessing the development of the rule of law in China. Over these past decades, I have had 2 main observations. First, the rule of law is crucial for social stability and economic development in China. Second, a law professor with his expertise at this university can contribute to the construction of the rule of law a lot. I have participated in the design process of the guiding case system in China for more than 20 years, and I have been a member of the expert committee on guiding case of the Supreme People's Court of China since 2013. I have also been invited to provide professional advice and give lectures for many courts on judicial reforms over these years. At the Peking University Law School, I have shared my experience of getting involved in judicial reforms and my expertise on comparative law and jurisprudence with both Chinese and international students in my classes. And I have discussed interesting issues that are related to the rule of law and the globalization of law with those students. The students and I have enjoyed our discussions very much. I'm looking forward to meeting you and discussing with you at Peking University.
It is a quite interesting question. Yes, I have been teaching international law for some time. And when talking about China, its role in international legal order, I think it could be were elaborated in three aspects. The first is legislation or lawmaking. Second is implementation. And the third is dispute settlement. I should say that as China opened it up in the early 1980s, there is a quite interesting saying or approach that is to connect China track to the international. And at that time, actually, we have seen more impulse of international norms, international legal regimes and tools, especially in the environmental protection field. And we can find we imported a lot international environmental law norms and mechanisms inside of China to build our domestic environmental legal framework. So this is the initial period, or at the beginning of in the 1980s and in the 1990s. That is the case. Then gradually, and if you come to the new century, and you find out China may contribute to the lawmaking of international treaties and negotiations. And you can find, such as climate change, without China's contribution, the Paris Agreement would not be possible. And also for other environmental treaties, and China participated and contributed a lot. So I would say first, and we just import, and now I wouldn't say export, but contribute. Perhaps it is more appropriate term. So that is with regard to the norm-making or law-making of international law. Then the second part is the implementation of international law. For example, as the sustainable development, and when the sustainable development was embedded in the 1992 Rio Declaration and the Framework Convention on Climate Change and the Convention for Biodiversity, China actually was among the first group of states to implement Agenda 21st and to incorporate it, sustainable development, in China's policy and China environmental laws. So actually China really took the international norms and the principles such like sustainable development very seriously. And so this is the second, that the implementation of international norms. And the third part actually is the dispute settlement. I have checked some WTO dispute settlement mechanism, and actually China was one of the countries with the most participation in as a third party in the dispute settlement mechanism in WTO. The first is the European Union, and the second is Japan, and the third is China. So that means China actually actively participated in the dispute settlement of the WTO. You may think about the South China Sea dispute settlement. I would say that that is a very special case. And in the international law, there is no rule and saying that territorial dispute must be settled by arbitration. That is not the case. So actually, in practice, most of the territorial dispute was settled by negotiation, and that is the stance of Chinese government. So I think that from lawmaking, implementation, and the dispute settlement, China actually participated actively in all these three processes. And China as a big country and will continue to make contribution to the rule-based international legal order. So that is my brief answer to this question.
Very good question. Market economy is a rule of law economy. When China started economic reform and opening up policy, among the first three statutes adopted by the National People's Congress, namely the criminal law, the criminal procedure law, and equity joint venture law, which actually help the country to open its door to foreign investors. In the past 4 decades, whenever there's a need for business law, the lawmakers make law to fit the need of economic reform and economic development. I'm not going to mention the name of all the laws, just want to say a few of them, like the company law, the contract law, the railroad law. Chinese law, on the one hand, we try to borrow all the good things from foreign jurisdictions. On the other hand, we try to make our law or adopt our law to the particularity of the country. And eventually, we have a socialist legal system. In 2021, we adopted the Civil Code, which is the first statute named Code in Chinese law. In addition to the efforts of lawmakers in the country, dispute resolution has also contributed a lot to the economic development in the country. In addition to formal dispute resolution, namely, the judicial system, we have mediation and arbitration. And we are now in the process of revising the existing laws and making new laws so that we will have an efficient supply of law for economic development in the country. Thank you.
I think all the top law schools in the world share a lot in common for teaching, such as exposing students to the frontier of faculty research. I definitely see that in Chicago, Sydney, and here at PKU. But what we do here is more than exposure. I'd like to use the terms of deep learning and mutual development to highlight a few unique aspects of the legal education here. At our law school, classroom is not a place to feed knowledge, but to share insights and to challenge each other's thoughts about problems and solutions. We care a lot whether we can light up the eyes of our students or they're simply burying their faces deeper into the computers. For that, we're extremely open-minded to experiment different philosophies and methodologies in teaching. It won't be an exaggeration to call it here a melting pot for teaching. Just to name a few ones: Hawkins methods, Socratic methods, and civil law doctrinal methods. Students also participate in simulated negotiations that are popular in top business schools. All of them have been carefully reviewed and experimented here. Teaching experiment and innovation is never part of the KPI here. It's simply a strong gene, well-established tradition that is shared by every generation of faculty members here. We put all the efforts and energies to ensure deep learning by our students, empowering them with theoretical frameworks and analytical tools that are matching the increasing complexity and dynamics of tough legal issues. The world is so fast-paced, with such an incredible level of uncertainties. We believe that's the way to make sure that our students can stand up by themselves with confidence and competence when they leave PKU. Another feature of education here is the mutual development of both faculty and students. In a sense, we are each other's teachers and students. For that purpose, we created layers of classrooms where faculty and students outgrow ourselves and develop together. For example, faculty members are encouraged by the law school to organize book clubs as the formal second classroom and mentor groups as the third one. While reading books together and addressing issues for individuals and the societies, we nurture each other, a strong self grows. We actively engage our students in all stages of our work: teaching preparation, academic research, consulting for legislators, and creating regulatory frameworks hand in hand with the central regulators. Doing so, we push our students to sense the impulse of real people and take pride in how legal professionals can actually bridge the gap between reality and noble goals. Students are hence brought into every aspect of the intellectual life here to share the frustration as well as the excitement of being professional members of the communities. Worldwide, legal education is increasingly professional, interdisciplinary, and technical. So it is here. But no education should be boring, cold, or limited to hypothetical issues or abstract concepts. While faculty and students develop together at PKU Law to improve efficiency and equity of the market and to help deliver justice in the society, humanity, empathy, and mutual support are practiced and demonstrated. For us, education is not a task imposed by anyone, but a fun and exciting journey of development. We truly enjoy it, and we very much look forward for you to join us and grow together here at PKU Law.
As is widely known, China has one of the longest and richest civilizations around the world. The legal system in ancient China was primarily penal in nature, with the famous philosophical school of legalism as the intellectual backbone. It lasted for thousands of years until the late 19th century, when the Qing dynasty was forced to look abroad for inspiration to modernize the age-old yet outdated system of law in China. The royal delegation toured a dozen of countries across the globe and ultimately settled with the Japanese-German model, which paved the foundation for China's legal system until today. Nowadays, as a continental law system, China has hundreds and thousands of statutes, regulations, and rules governing all aspects of the political, social, and economic life. It is therefore not easy to study Chinese law, especially if you want to have a deeper insight about it. That being said, I still believe that it is highly worthwhile to have an understanding of Chinese law because it can enable us to better understand law generally. There are three reasons for this. First, Chinese law might be a latecomer in the global legal system, and indeed, many Chinese legal rules are transplanted from other jurisdictions. But Chinese law is now governing the second largest economy and 1/5 of the world's population. In other words, a big chunk of the global legal system nowadays is Chinese law, to which we must pay attention. 2 or 3 decades ago, you might still claim yourself to be a connoisseur of law if you are well versed in Western legal systems, be it civil law or common law. Today, you have to put Chinese law into your knowledge repository to claim so. Second, as the biggest developing country in the world, China offers a unique window to explore the impacts and implications of massive industrialization, urbanization, and digitalization. For all the benefits that modernization has brought to us, it also has a dark side manifested by environmental degradation, economic fluctuation, social tension, and so forth. Law should and does play a crucial role in coping with these challenges, and Chinese law is particularly relevant in this respect. For instance, over recent years, China has initiated reforms to set up online courts to provide more cost-effective access to justice. It may or may not be the next step in terms of judiciary for the metaverse, and you should form your own opinion once you learn about it. Last but not least, studying Chinese law can be beneficial for deeper appreciation of your own legal system. A famous comparative legal scholar once said that those who only understand one legal system understand none. Through comparison, we can better understand the legal system of our own. For example, if you come from a legal system with a longer history than China's, you can easily spot here and there in the Chinese legal system traces of the law that you are most familiar with. This is a great opportunity for you to think critically how legal transplantation might work or not. Or if you come from an inherited legal system, you can also learn important lessons from the Chinese experience regarding legal transplantation. For the three reasons I've just said, the value of having an understanding of Chinese law is not parochial, but universal. It will not only make us better transnational lawyers, but also true global citizens. Therefore, I encourage you all to come to study with us and discuss with us at Peking University Law School.
Climate change is a severe challenge to the world today. The sixth assessment report of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change states that human influence has warmed the climate at a rate that is unprecedented in at least the last 2,000 years. To respond to the global challenge, China has made significant achievements not only in renewing its domestic policies, but also in terms of international cooperation. China is a developing country with a population up to 1.4 billion, and it is among the countries that are most affected by climate change. In recent years, China has stepped up efforts to promote low-carbon development by effectively mitigating CO2 emissions. In 2020, China declared at the general debate of the 75th session of the United Nations General Assembly that it would scale up the nationally determined contributions by adopting more vigorous policies and measures, and aims to have CO2 emissions peak before 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality before 2060. Significant progress has been made in the control of CO2 emissions in China. China has been striving for new low-carbon development models and building a low-carbon energy system. For example, total emissions from the coal-fired power industry fell by nearly 90% in 10 years, and in 2021, the proportion of non-fossil energy consumption in China has increased to 16.6%. The scale of renewable energy use has also reached new records. For 7 years, China's production and sales of new energy vehicles have ranked first in the world. Currently, China has exceeded its 2020 climate action target and has proposed a new nationally determined contribution target. From the perspective of international law, China has also been active in facilitating the multilateral process to combat climate change. China has played a constructive role in the finalizing of the 2015 Paris Agreement and its rapid entry into force, as well as in the negotiations on the rules for the full and thorough implementation of the Paris Agreement. In particular, China emphasizes on the common but differentiated responsibilities as a guiding principle. As a general position, China has called and continues to call for all the parties actively implement their existing commitments and work together to turn low-carbon vision set out in the international instruments into reality.
China is obviously a place in today's world where people have witnessed and continue to witness fast-track, dazzling progress in digitalization of pretty much everything in our social and economic life. But I think what's remarkable about China is not just that it is a country where there are so many eye-catching innovations. More importantly, it is one of the few places where the legal system and lawyers are seriously taking up the profound challenges of digitalization with a view to making major contribution to the human mission of exploring how best to harness the power of technology for the common good. So while China used to be a latecomer and follower in establishing its modern legal apparatus, Many people probably have already noticed that the country has become an early mover and original innovator in many areas of law that concern the regulation of digital technology, including data protection, data security, platform economy, algorithms, and so forth. So what people do realize here is that it is never enough for lawyers to just be reactive, just be happy with figuring out what needs to be done legally to clean up the mess when there is some mess caused by new technological changes. We here also always try to understand better how technology is bringing about profound changes to the law itself. And that's why we constantly ask ourselves questions like, for example, how will the use of digital technologies transform the judicial behavior and litigation experiences in the courtrooms? How could the government agencies use the digitized and even automated processing tools to deliver public goods and services more effectively and to more people in need? And also, what kind of lawyers should we really train our students to become, given that we now have all these amazingly powerful knowledge management tools that our predecessors would only have dreamed of? We hope that, at least to some extent, we may think proactively about the law's own evolutionary trajectory and prepare ourselves as lawyers and also prepare the society at large for a future such path would eventually lead us to. So, for students who are interested in the study of law and policy on technology, I think that your education is not just about acquiring specialized knowledge, but more about forming a vision. And if you come to study law with us in Peking University Law School, there's a very good chance you will be able to form such a vision. Peking University Law School is one of the rare places in today's world that is known to uniquely connect a rich history with a dynamic future. So here, you will have exposure firsthand to all the cutting-edge law and technology issues we here enjoy thinking about and debating with each other about on a daily basis. And you're also going to study with a group of most open-minded legal scholars who constantly eye for the frontiers and never settle for conventional wisdom. I think that really will pave for you a path of the law to the future.
Well, this is a very tricky question. We do have tons of IPs nowadays. We have patents. We all heard about the famous lawsuits such as Apple versus Samsung, Qualcomm versus Huawei. So these are about patents. We have copyrights as well. Nowadays in China, even lay people who have no legal background, knows the word IP. In that context, IP refers to famous novels, movies, and video games. Of course, we have trademarks. So the basic idea behind IP protection is that R&Ds are expensive while copy is easy and cheap. So without IP protection, innovators would not be able to recover their investments and thus not willing to innovate. So theoretically, we say that IP facilitates innovation. But at the very beginning, I said that it's a tricky question. That's because from an empirical point of view, we are short of data supporting the theory. But personally, I do agree that IP plays an important role in the process, especially the process of made in China to create in China transition. And the important role is to educate people. So for Chinese people and companies, IP has taught them how to protect their own works as well as how to respect others. Also, for foreign people and companies, a better IP system is showing them that they could trust our IP system as well as our legal system. I remember that when I studied in the United States, I got a lot of questions regarding, when dealing with IP cases, whether Chinese courts favored state-owned companies and were anti-foreign. I would say that if they ever came to China, ever saw with their own eyes, ever joined PKU Law School, they will realize that this is not true. So my point here is that as the IP system goes better, more and more innovators, both Chinese and foreign, would be brought together. They would compete more with each other, they would communicate more with each other. And I think we all agree that more competitions and communications always lead to better and faster innovation. So, yeah, although it's a tricky question, I think my answer is still that IP plays an important role in the process of innovation.
If you want to join the law school of Peking University to study Chinese law, you can either apply for our Master of Laws in Chinese Law program, or you can apply for our regular programs of law degrees. The Chinese Law Master Program is a 2-year English language program available only for international students. Each year, we will give admissions to about 20 students all over the world in this program. Their core system will cover virtually every important branch of the Chinese law. Students usually will spend 1 year for the courses and another year for the internships as well as the dissertation for the degree. If you want to apply for this program, please pay attention to the official website of the International Students Office of the university for more information. As to the regular degree programs of law, we offer 4-year bachelor degree program, 2- and 3-year master degree program, as well as the 4-year doctoral degree programs. Students who join our regular law degree programs will have to study with the Chinese students with Chinese language. If you are interested in such programs, you have to first pass the HSK examination. Generally, we will ask you to have at least 210 points in the HSK Level 6 examination. Then you have to submit application materials in paper form as well as in online form. And you also have to pass the interview held by the law school to get the admission. The university offers multiple channels for students to apply for the bachelor degree programs. If you are interested and if you are qualified to apply, please pay attention to the website of the Office of International Students for details. Thank you for your interest in the Law School of Peking University.
The faculty members of Peking University Law School have a lot of collaborations with the Supreme People's Court and the Supreme People's Procuratorate of China and the City Council, and also have a lot of collaborations with top academic institutions in the world. So Peking University Law School is the best choice for international students.
There are many reasons that you should choose PKU Law School. The first is that we have great faculty. Second is we have a great students groups. And of course, and you can also have nice food and good campus here. Actually, the most important thing is that we have a great faculty. Not only domestic faculty, but we also have the world-class global faculty. So this is the reason why you should come to join us, and welcome to PKU Law School.
The library, the very supportive faculties, I guess that will be the two factors. You will have to choose PKU Law School.
I think throughout the world, this is a place where the faculty members taking teaching seriously. And also this is a place where you can actually grow together with the faculty members and get involved in the intellectual life of the communities here.
If you decided to study law in China, PKU, of course, is your best choice. We have the best teachers, we have the best courses, we have the best alumni. So why not?
You should choose Peking University Law School not only because we offer the best legal education in Asia Pacific area, it's also because law is the way we can reshape our country and our own lives together.
Because in PKU Law School, the community is open and diverse, and there are all kinds of groups that are devoted to something interesting or meaningful. So I bet it will be an experience that you will not regret.
Peking University Law School is at the very forefront of China's audacious mission in search for a governance model that will serve the common good and benefits all of the people. So we do hope that you will come join us in this uniquely beautiful and storied place and become part of our story that will continue to be told in the future.
PKU Law School, in my view, is a perfect blend of the traditional and the modern. If you come to us, you will be able to visit one of the most beautiful campuses in China with a lot of traditional Chinese architecture. At the same time, you will have the opportunity to experience the most cutting-edge research and most innovative teaching methods in Chinese legal education. So Peking University Law School should be your choice.
In my view, what I appreciate most during my study at Peking University Law School is the shining peers around me. I constantly learn from their outstanding intellect, conscientiousness, and professionalism. We all have a passion for advancing the rule of law and furthering the welfare of underrepresented people. Naturally, joining such an eminent class will lead you to think about what your contribution to the community is. The experience at Peking University Law School not only motivates me to discover the subtlety and nicety of law itself, but also guides me to explore the relationship between legal institutions and the society we live in. That's why I intend to learn more in civil justice and civil procedural law now. If you are interested in Chinese law and you would love to receive in-depth training in this domain, Peking University Law School will definitely be your best choice. Here, every professor is a leading expert in their specialization, and they are all willing to give you advice in your academic research. I also believe that Peking University is an unparalleled platform to expose yourself to Chinese culture, Chinese lifestyle, and interdisciplinary education. Prepare your application materials carefully. Join us, and I hope you enjoy your time in the beautiful Yanyuan.
Ni hao, my name is Raphael Zumsteg-Yuan. I'm a legal professional from Zurich, Switzerland. I came to Peking University in summer 2018, right after graduating with a Bachelor of Laws from the University of Geneva School of Law. Now I'm working as the legal manager of the Sino-Swiss Technopark here in Chongqing in China's southwest. The Sino-Swiss Technopark belongs to a local family-owned holding company which aims to bring European companies to China as well as Chinese companies to Europe. As a legal manager, I'm in charge of drafting and reviewing contracts as well as of internationalization of this local Chinese company. For me, it was very important to have an authentic study experience. I therefore appreciated it very much that all our professors were regular professors at PKU that taught not only us LL.M students, but also all the other bachelor, master and PhD students. It goes without saying that all of those professors are outstanding academics that themselves spent a long time abroad and are experts in their field. I would also recommend this program to others due to the small number and diversity of admitted students. First of all, we were only 15 students in our program. Second, we came from different parts of the world with different academic and professional background, but we had two things in common. That was, we all had a legal background, either as attorneys, judges or criminologists, and we all had a keen interest to learn more about China as well as to experience China. I am convinced that the LL.M in civil and commercial law helped me land my first job in China at the representative office of a Hong Kong registered law firm. My employer back then especially valued my knowledge in the field of Chinese contract law and Chinese company law. In my current position, what I find most useful is PKU's Alumni Association. For instance, now I am part of the local Chongqing Alumni Association, which boasts more than 1,000 members. Through that network, I established new business contacts, but also met new friends. To potential PKU applicants, I would like to say that 5 years ago, I was in the very same position. I was looking at different LL.M programs, not only in China, but worldwide. And I can affirm that with today's knowledge, I would choose PKU again. This degree exposes you not only to another legal system, but also to another culture. I think that it will be a stepping stone for your professional career, and last but not least, you will make lifelong friends that you will be able to rely on and contact in the future, not only for legal referrals.
Hi, my name is Flavio Mendez. I am a Panamanian lawyer and translator. And in the year 2022, I finished my master's degree in Chinese civil and commercial law at PKU. During the time that I was in PKU Law School, I truly appreciated how the professors had the patience and the openness to deal with us, because teaching the Chinese legal system to foreign students is not an easy task. And at the beginning for us, it wasn't simple as well, because we all came from different jurisdictions, from the Americas, Europe, Africa. And to understand the first classes was truly a challenge, but the professors were highly professional and were very open and considerate with us. And I truly appreciate them because of that. Also, the law school prepared many activities for us outside of the campus and within the campus as well. I remember one occasion when we visited a law firm in the middle of Beijing, and it was amazing to be exposed to that kind of experiences that prepare you for your professional life after the university. Furthermore, my time in PKU truly gave me a different perspective about the law and the application of a legal system, and basically all that it comprises, because coming from a Western country, our legal systems are diametrically opposed. And seeing how the Chinese system developed in recent years, it was just simply amazing and gave me a different look of how a country and a mindset of the legal profession can be so different depending on which part of the world are you. And it was very interesting to see how the pragmatic approach that they have until now in the lawmaking process in China, that was truly amazing. And especially because I did my master's dissertation in Chinese administrative law, specifically in the development of the Chinese administrative system throughout history. So it was truly enlightening in that sense. Finally, I would like to give you a short advice if you're coming to PKU or you're still applying and intend to attend the law school. It will be that when you choose a topic for your dissertation, please be sure, or not be sure, be conscient, and consider different factors that may influence your investigation, because you truly want a focused topic. Don't do it on a general stance, because it will be very hard and you will waste time. So choose a feasible topic that can be developed in a very schematic way, and yes, just have that in mind. Don't try to eat the whole bowl, just pick one grape at a time, and have fun. Enjoy the law school, enjoy the campus, that it's beautiful, and enjoy Beijing. So take care.
For the years to come, we will continue to open our arms wide to embrace the world. We're looking forward to your path-breaking work in Peking University Law School. Thank you and welcome.
Welcome to PKU Law School.
Welcome to PKU Law School. We are waiting for you.
Welcome to PKU Law School.
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 《大学是一群有共同的想法、有办法、有做法、追求活法的人的共同体。北大法学院正是这样的一个共同体。
我真诚地相信，每一位从这里走出去的法律人，都能成为依法治国的推动者，成为法治精神的守护者和捍卫者。
北大给了我一个思想的境界，就是我们北大的这种自由、民主、平等、公正这样的一种思想，
一种法治的理想，然后一个独立的精神，一个人应当用自己的专业为国家奉献。我觉得这都是北大法学院给我们从小播下的那个法治的理想的种子。
北大4年的这样的学习生活，看到了博雅塔，我觉得那就是理想之塔、法治之塔。想到了未名湖，我觉得未名湖虽然小，但是它也能折射出来中国社会进步、发展、改革、创新、思想碰撞的各种火花。
法学院给我留下的就是，作为一个法律人，一定要追求社会的公平正义。正义是我们法律的精髓。如果说我们在法律面前不能做到人人平等，它就失去了法律的要义。
北大法学院始终把培养面向未来、大气、高水平的卓越法治人才作为人才培养的目标，不断进行培养模式的探索和创新，积极探索传统法学与其他社会科学以及新兴学科的结合，课堂教学与社会直线相结合，校内导师与校外导师相结合，国内资源与国际资源相结合，创新卓越法治人才的联合培养机制。
在法学院这些孩子的成长的道路上，我们能在短短的3年、4年或者5年的过程当中，陪伴他们，传授他们知识，传授他们技能，传授他们理念。每想到这些，我们都感到作为法学院一名老师的这种幸运和成就感。
作为一名北大法学院的青年教师，我最想提供给学生的，实际上是一种思考世界、观察社会的方式和视角。这种方式和视角，就是在怀疑中分辨，在批判中坚守。
走进北大法学院，是我一生中最值得骄傲的事。看着穿梭在图书馆和教室的同学们和他们脸上那种坚定自信的表情，我突然明白，拥有使命感和责任感也是一种幸运。
在理论课程之外，学院还为我们开设了丰富的案例研习、法律诊所等实务课程，
让我们能够不出学校，就在知识的逻辑和团队合作中寻找社会真实问题的解决方案。
立德树人，德法兼修。我们所要培养的是守正创新为使命、家国天下为己任的各类卓越的法治人才，
树立了你个人的价值，教会你承担社会的责任，踏实、严谨、守正都是一辈子的财富。
不仅在民主法治进步、基层社会治理、对外交流发展、国际组织建设等领域为国家、社会和民族发光发热，更能在全球政治、经济、法律等各领域讲好中国的故事，传播中国智慧。
我们连续多年在具有全球影响力的 QS 世界大学排名、法学专业排名中，稳居亚洲前3及大陆第1。尤其是我们的毕业生，获得了全球雇主的广泛好评。
Peking University Law School has provided me with a platform to better understand China and to better understand Chinese law. It not only gives you the ability to see the growth of China, but also the ability to see the growth of human civilization through China's eyes.
作为这里的一员，我很高兴看到同学们被培养为具有法治理想和全球视野的高端人才，相信他们将更广泛和深入参与全球化法律事务和人类普遍问题的解决。
我们学院拥有近100项境外留学项目和海外游学基金，每学期我和我的同学们都有很多的机会能够去到哈佛、耶鲁、牛津、剑桥等世界一流大学交换学习。对于我们来说，能够跟来自不同文化背景的老师同学们展开思想上的切磋，是一件很棒的事情。
学习之余呢，学院也为我们提供了良好的文化氛围。我们有学生自己的俱乐部，就像社区一样，和志同道合的朋友们一起参与实践、践行公益，享受书本之外的世界，发现一个不一样的自己。
这位引领中国法学教育和研究的先锋标杆，北大法学院长期以来将学科建设作为我们发展的重要着力点。我们在全国这招招收法学硕士、博士研究生，
第一个在全国设立国际法专业，出版了国家第1本国际法教科书，创立了中国国际法学会。
特别注重这个基础理论的教学和研究，特别注重这个参与法治实践，特别注重这个科研成果的转化，特别注重国外的这个学者进行这个学术交流，特别注重这个教学方法的这个改革。
劳动法和社会保障法是一个新的专业。80年代初期，我们就开了这门课。
从77年招生以后，我们就着手编民法学方面的教材。当时在全国也是第1本民法学教材。
北大刑法学科在国内来说，我认为应当是实实在在是在前面的。我想继续在这一方面，我们北大刑法学科还会发出我们自己的声音，会拿出我们自己的一些工作来适应我们整个国家走向现代化。
我们推动知识与技术的不断更新，我们促进新型交叉学科的不断发展，我们创造了多元的酣畅淋漓的学术盛宴。
北大有非常好的爱国传统，有非常强烈的社会责任感，所以北大的使命不仅在于教书育人，在于科学研究，也在于为社会服务。
北大法学院还注重理论和实践结合，在服务国家经济社会发展，特别是国家重大战略需求方面，做出了突出的贡献。
我们的老师们在社会转型的各个时期，都积极地参与国家的重大立法进程、重大法治决策和制度改革，打造支持国家法治进步的国家智库。
创新是北大法学院学术进步的灵魂。多年来，我们众多的科研机构取得了丰硕的科研成果，得到了社会各界的广泛关注和认可。
中外法学到目前，应该说是中国法学院主办的最好的一本法学专业杂志。我们一直坚持问道古今、无问西东的学术立场，把中国的法治实践、世界各地不同的法治实践和法治理念融合在这个平台上。
我们法学院在科学研究的过程当中，更加去注重科研成果的转化和应用。我们主要直接面向了国家和社会的需求，更好地将科学研究的成果服务于国家和社会。
开展继续教育高端培训也是北大法学院积极履行社会服务职能的有力举措，提升知识储备，促进学术思考，丰富实践经验，搭建交流平台，这是我们努力前行的方向。
尽管说小的时候这个练体操，也都是每一次比赛都是由裁判来评判，都有这个规则。那在这个法学院的学习呢，对法从社会、从人类的这个维度呢，对法有更深的一个理解和认识。
我很庆幸我遇到了法学院非常好的一些老师们，也就是这些老师们潜移默化的教会了我很多做人的道理。
非常感谢那一瞬间，我们的老师用一句简单的话拨开了我们心中对一个人生中最重要的概念的理解，而且这个理解一直到今天让我们受益匪浅。
尤其是他们对真理的追求，对学术的坚守，影响了我后来将近40年在自己的教学科研当中自己的一个立场一个角度。
每一个人在自己职业生涯当中秉承着法学院所赋予我们的那一份知识的力量和厚度，然后用我们自己的领悟去把它传播出去，让更多的人感知到法律的力量。
在这里，我们探讨法治的信念；在这里，我们砥砺法律的技能；在这里，我们拥有家国情怀；在这里，我们不断地拓展天下的视野。
在我看来，北大法学院不只是2楼医院所组成的物理空间，更多的它见证了中国法学教育的风雨历程，承载着近代中国思想解放、民族抗争和国家复兴的历史。
一代又一代优秀的北大法律人在这里成长，走向世界。渊博的学识、闪光的才智和庄严无畏的独立精神，是我们引以为豪的精神气质。
人是要有一点追求的，有一点坚守的。法治将是我追求一生的信仰。我们以各种方式坚持着、努力着、呵护着，传递着生生不息的法治之光。
我们相信，伴随着中华民族的伟大复兴，北大法学院正在并将继续总结提炼中国法学长期积累的经验和优势，坚持以我为主，兼收并蓄，有底气、有自信，塑造出能够代表中国风度、参与乃至引领世界主流对话的北大法学教师群体、学生群体和校友群体，为中国乃至世界的法治文明进步做出我们应有的贡献。
北大法学院，
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 北大法学院，我们永远的精神家园。
曾经有新生问我，我们为什么要给罪犯辩护？我告诉他， 未经审判前，所有人在法律上都是无罪的，即使最后判决认定他罪大恶极，也要给他辩护和公正审判的权利，因为正义不仅要实现，而且要以看得见的方式实现，这就是法律。为什么学法学？我觉得法学就像是文科中的数学，有一种恰到好处的逻辑美。
法律人的使命就是在正邪善恶的交织中去寻找光。就像罗曼·罗兰说的，世界上只有一种英雄主义，那就是在认清生活的真相之后，依然选择热爱生活。你想成为一个英雄吗？
根据相关司法解释的规定，企业之间的借贷合同是无效的。
学法律可不是硬着头皮背法条，我们除了面对法律条文，更多的是面对实际案例，面对生活本身。
在案例研习课上，大家都分成小班，每节课一起讨论一个案例，还经常有真正的律师带来真实案件，我们以公诉人或辩护人的身份向他们做报告。
案例课的考试堪称史诗级战斗，你可以在校园里任何地方，借助手边能找到的任何资料参加这场考试。
刑法老师还会把案例编写成最悲情、最巧合、最宫斗、最史诗的电影剧本，帮你掌握知识点。
Peking University Law School has provided me with a platform to better understand China and Chinese law.
我们有很多全英文课程，原汁原味地介绍英美法系的知识，还有 Global and Comparative Law 这样的系列课程，让我们能从比较法和全球化的角度去探索法学。学院的全球教习计划在全国都是独一无二的，20位全球重量级的法学教授会亲自给我们开设国际前沿法律课程。
在模拟法庭实训课上，我们用英文争锋激辩，在国际模拟法庭各大赛场上都有北大法律人的风采。
在法律诊所，我们会在老师的指导下，为社会上需要帮助的人无偿提供法律援助，替他们打官司。还有小创诊所，专门为小微创业者们提供公司架构、股权分配等方面的法律咨询。在这里，培养国际视野不是问题，100多个国际知名高校的交流项目摆在面前，选择才是问题。大3的时候，我申请去耶鲁的属校和莱顿大学的学习交换，深入研习了国际法课程，还参访了国外的司法机构和国际组织。今年7月，我申请去往联合国实习，真正参与到国际事务的运作管理，让我非常期待。
在港大半年的交换学习，使我开始建立起一种全球化的法律视角，比9级师弟师妹更有福气。他们能在北大和港大各学习2年半，拿到2个学校的毕业证书。这种高水准的跨境联合培养模式，在内地高校法学院还是头一遭。
一个法律人，你要知道，案件中那些名字不仅仅是代称，首先也是一个个活生生的人。法律人不能只是法律机器，而是要带着温度去审视种种不幸背后的原因，然后去努力改变它们。
法律是依据规则治理社会的事业，世俗但不庸俗。
北大法学院的前身北大法律门诞生于风雨飘摇的晚清末年，在维新和革命的时代潮流中，增加了一个不可缺少的内容——法治。
从这一时刻开始，法治的理念如同一股新风，吹遍了中华大地，纳入到国家发展进步的行列之中。
这里见证着中国法学的发端，也见证着中国法治事业每一步成长的艰辛和伟大。
这里有北大法律人守护正义的身影，也有北大法律人一个又一个的英雄梦想。北大法学院欢迎每一个想在这里发光的人。